Hey everyone, in this video we're going to finish up the final improvements for a social network application. In this video we'll add a view that will list out all of the users that are following a specific user. We will improve the look of the profile template, and we'll fix a bug with the Navbar Profile link, which I'll show here later on. And this might be the final video for this application, so let me know if there's something else you want to see added to this, or if you have any project ideas for the next one. And with that said, let's get started by adding a view for the followers list. So the first thing we want to do, we want to jump into our views.py. So let's close some of these tabs out here. We'll close out these as well. And let's jump into our social app and into our views.py. So the bottom here, first thing we want to do is we want to add another view using our generic view class. So what we're going to do here, if we jump into our application, go to our profile, and right here where it says the followers, right now you can't click on it, you can't do anything here. What I want to do is have this go to a link that will list out all of the users that are following this user, so you can kind of just view that. And so back in our text editor here, if we go to the bottom here, we can create another view. This will be pretty similar to the other views we've created before. We'll call it list followers. We'll pass in our generic view class. And in here, we'll create a get method. And we'll pass in self request pk star args and star quargs. Now inside this get method here, we'll create a profile, and this will equal user profile dot objects dot get pk equals pk. And then now we have the profile using this pk that we pass into our function here that we'll get from our URL. Now let's go ahead and grab the followers off this profile. So really easily there, we can create a variable called followers. So this equal to profile.followers.all. This will return a list of the users that are following this user. And now we can go ahead and create a context. So create a context equals, and this will be profile, and then followers. And now below here, we can go and return render a template. So we'll pass in a request, make this template, we'll call it social slash followers underscore list.html. And we'll pass in our context to this template. And so now we'll have access to our profile and a list of followers in our template. Okay, let's go ahead and save that. Now let's go ahead and jump into our urls.py and add a URL path for this. And so we call this list followers. So inside my urls.py, I'm going to go over here and import list followers. And I'm going to go ahead and put this path with all of our other profile paths. So I'll put it right below this one and right above our add and remove paths. So I'll create a path. I'll call this profile slash followers. Add our showing slash right there. Actually, I also need to add in, after the profile, you need to add in an int :pk. That way we can add the pk to our path and then use this to figure out what profile that we're on, like we do for all of our other profile views. And now I'm going to go ahead and do list followers.as_view, and name equals, we'll call it followers-list, or let's call it just list-followers. Put a comment at the end there and save that. Okay, now let's go ahead and create this template that we made in our view. We call followers_list.html. So inside of my templates folder, create a new file. We'll save this and call it followers_list.html. And let's go ahead and start by grabbing some other code. So let's jump into like our profile, and let's grab this extends, and we'll grab a container, row, and column to start. Come back to the followers list and paste that there. And so we grabbed our button here, and actually I need to add one more closing div here for the container. So now we have our button here. So let's go ahead and set that button up first, because we want to have it back to profile button at the very top. And so inside of this URL here, we have access to our profile. So I can change this to profile and then pass in the profile.pk. And that's all we should need for our button. And now below this, let's go ahead and create a row for our kind of heading. So inside of our container, but outside this row, I'll create another div with a class equaling to row and justify content center and margin top -3. Inside of this row here, we'll create a div with a class of column -md-5, a column -sm-12. And now inside of this column here, let's go ahead and create an if statement first. So we'll do if profile.name. So this profile has a name on it. Let's go ahead and show that here as our header. So we create an h3, and we'll put followers for, and we'll pass in a variable, so 2 curly braces, and profile.name. But a profile name is not required on a profile, and so we're gonna put an else here, and so they don't have a profile, we'll show the username instead. And so we'll put 2 curly braces, 2 %, add an else, and then we'll have an h3, do followers for, we'll put the @ symbol, 2 curly braces to add in a variable, and this will be profile.user.username. I'll show the username. And then we can go down here, we can close out the if tag by doing end if. Okay, that is all we need for our header for this page. So let's go ahead and close out both of the column and the row, div tags here. And now below this, let's go ahead and list out all the followers. And so if you wanted to, you can make this a little more advanced and put it in multiple columns. Using the Bootstrap column and grid system is pretty simple. But for this, I'm going to go and just put it all in one. I'm just going to create a row and make a single column and list them all there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and do a div, a class equaling to row, justify content center. Now inside of here, we'll create another column. This will be column -md- make it 5, and we'll do a column -sm-12, and we'll have a position -relative, and we'll have a margin y-3. Okay, now let's go ahead and close off the div tag like that. And now we need to go ahead and list out all of our follower users here. But first we need to go ahead and create a for loop around this whole row here to list out all of the different users. So now up here, above the row tag, I'm going to go ahead and create a for loop. I'll do for follower in followers. So in our profile or our views here, we already did followers.all. This is already a list that we can iterate through. So we can just do follower in followers, and then we can end the for loop down here in for right there. And now inside of here, we need to put 2 links. One that will go to the user. They're both going to go to the profile, but one will hold the profile image and one will hold just the username text. Let's go ahead and create those right now. So do an a href equals, and this will be a Django URL. So 2 curly braces, 2 %, URL, pass in profile to go to the profile URL, and then pass in follower.profile.pk. And now since these followers are all users, we can access them like we can any other user. And so we can do this follower, since that's what we called it right up here, .profile.pk to get that PK for the profile on that follower, pass into the URL, and then we can go ahead and go to that link. And now inside of this anchor tag here, we'll create an image tag, give it a class equaling to rounded-circle to make it a circle, and then we'll add post-img to add our post image custom styles like we have elsewhere in the website. And we'll give it a height and width, this time of 60 to make it a little bigger than usual. So we'll do a height of 60 and a width of 60. And then we'll do an src, and that equals follower.profile.picture.url. And then let's go ahead and close off this tag as well. So the slash right there. And so once again here, this is the user. So we can go to the user, to the profile, and on that profile we have a picture, and we can grab the URL of that image, put that inside the source tag, and we'll show the image there. And now below this A tag here, let's go ahead and create one more, and this will be for the follower username. And so I'm gonna go ahead and just copy this whole thing here, because the link will be exactly the same. And I'm gonna delete this image tag in the middle here. So all that can go away. And we can replace that with just an @ symbol and 2 curly braces to put in a variable. And we can put follower.username. Save that. And that should be all we need. Although I want to make one more change here. And this will be pretty small, the text will be. Let's go ahead and make an H5 to make it a little bigger. So I'm going to go ahead and put an H5 tag here with a class of margin top -3 to go around this tag right here and close it off right there. Now let's go ahead and save that. And let's go ahead and add this link to the profile.html. So we'll jump into our profile.html. And real quick, just to check, I think I closed off all the divs. Okay. So now in our profile.html, if we scroll down here to, where is it? Followers, number of followers. So right here, this line is what we want to change. And so I'm going to change this p tag here to an anchor tag, give an href that goes to a Django URL, which will be URL and then quotes followers -lists profile.pk. And on this a tag here, let's go ahead and add a class, a class of post-link to remove the underline as well. We'll put followers, number of followers like that, and close off the a tag right there. Let's go ahead and save this and try this out. So I'll reload this page here, and it looks like we're getting an issue reverse for followers list not found. Because I put list followers, not followers list. Okay, so let's make that change here. So let's change this here to list and this here to followers. Save that. Let's jump back into here, reload the page, and there we go. Click on the followers, and it looks like we're getting an issue. I forgot to add the block content. So back inside of our text editor, our followers list, I closed off the for tag, but I did not close off the block. So we'll do mblock content and save that. Come back here, reload the page, and there we go. Looks like we still have the underline there. So I'm gonna double check that here in a second. But we click on this, it takes us to the user that we are having our followers list. So that's all working very well. Our back to profile takes us back to that profile that we were just on previously. So that's all working well. Let's double check this style here real quick. Oh, so it looks like on my actual links here, I forgot to add a class of post-link, both of these, and that should remove that underline. Class of post-link, save that, jump back into here, reload the page, there we go. So that's all working well. And if you wanted to, like I said, you could break this up into multiple columns. That might be a good idea if you have lots of followers, but for this example, I'm gonna leave it just like this. It just lists all of them down in a single line right here. Okay, and with that done, the next thing you want to do is you want to update all of this right here. So right now, this has just kind of been put here just so I get everything functioning. Let's go ahead and just break this up and make it look a little better. So for example, if we're to go to the admin profile, here we have a user of a location and a birthday. So if I jump into the admin panel and go into the user profiles, click on one of these, probably this first one is the admin. I'll just type just my bio, just so we have some text there. Let's go and save that. View the site, come back here. Let's go to the profile, and there we go. So what I want to do here is I want to take all of this above the bio and move it into a separate card right below this. And so the only things we'll have here is the profile, their name, their bio, and number of followers. I'm also going to take this right here and center it. So I think that was make it look a little bit better. Let's go ahead and do that now. So first, let's go ahead and center this image and the admin name and the button, or in the edit button if you're logged in as that user. So inside the text editor here, let's jump into the profile HTML. And let's go ahead and first put, looks like, so right here we have the name and the image. Let's go ahead and put a div around that. So do a div, a class of text that's center, to center the text. Let's go ahead and close it off right here. Now let's grab the image tag and all of this stuff right here. Or actually, just to make this a little easier, I'll take this div right here, I'll cut it, and I'll paste that right below all of this. So we find our if profile name, image, come all the way below all of this. So below the H3 down here, and then paste it right there. I'm gonna go ahead and grab all of this, everything right here, and bring it in once, and delete this extra space up there. Okay, now we save that, come back into our app, reload the page, and now that's centered. So now let's grab the location, the birthday, and move it to a different card. And we'll also put the, I guess, the followers button as well, or the follow unfollow button as well, that you'll see if we go to like this follow unfollow button. I'm gonna put that as well on the new card. So now back inside of our app here, let's go below all of this. So below this card right here, actually below this whole row here, which ends right down here, let's go ahead and make another one. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy all of this and come down below all of this here and paste it right there. I'm gonna close off the tags now, and I'm gonna go ahead and grab some stuff from up here and move it down there. So let's grab, looks like all of this. So the location and birthday, we're gonna grab all of that and pull that down here. So now let's go ahead and grab everything below this link tag right here. So we'll grab all these if statements here, all the way down to the closing div. And I'm gonna cut that, and down inside this new one down here, I'm gonna go ahead and paste it right below all that. Let's go ahead and fix up some of these indents. So bring these out like that, or just one of them out, I guess. So bring it like, just like that. And we'll bring all this right here in one. Okay, let's go ahead and save that. Let's see how that looks. So it looks like we go back to our admin one where we have more data. Looks like all that's working well. The only issue is right now there's not enough space below this follow unfollow button. Let's go ahead and change that real quick. Let's go ahead and change this padding top -3 to a padding Y-3 to add it on the top and the bottom. Refresh the page, and there we go. So now back inside here, that looks a lot better. And let's go ahead and just add the words location and birthday next to these so we know what they're for. So back inside of our text editor here, we'll find where we have this right here. So inside of this p tag, we'll put location, :space, and down here we'll put birthday, :space, save that, just to kind of let the user know what these two things are for. And that should really be it. It looked better with a longer bio, but for this example, you can kind of see where they'll show up and how it would show up on this card. That's looking pretty good. The last piece of this video is we want to go ahead and fix an issue. So you might have seen it already because I clicked on it a couple times already, but if I go to a user and I'm on this user's profile, I come to the navbar and hit profile, it takes us to the same profile. We don't ever leave this page, which is an issue because if I go back to the home page and I go to a profile, it takes me to the admin profile because that's where I'm logged in as. And so there's a issue with how we set that up. So we jump into our text editor, we go into our landing and into our templates and into our navbar.html. You'll see down here in our dropdown, we have this li and this a tag go into our profile. We put user.profile.pk, and that was a mistake. It should be request.user.profile.pk. And so it'll take us to the request.user. We'll find the logged in user, go to their profile, and then grab the PK from that profile. And that should fix that issue. Now I refresh the page. I go to test5's profile, come up to the admin, to the navbar, click on profile, and then takes us back to the admin profile. So there we go. That's all working well. And that is all that we're doing in this video. We cleaned everything else up. The rest of this looks pretty good. And and this looks a lot better, I think, this way than it did before. And that is really it. The code will be in the description below, as well as a link to the written tutorial. And this might be the end, so let me know if there's anything else you want to see added to this project. Otherwise, I might stop here. And if you have any other ideas for any future projects, let me know, because I'll need to come up with a new project to start next. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.